This has been bothering me a lot lately. How people feel about others being sensitive and stuff. Well, I have to say, I'm sensitive myself, and I mean, yeah, okay. If you get offended, yes, there is speculation that yes, you can. I suppose you do choose to be offended, but actually, in all honesty, if you get hurt, there's a difference. You don't choose to get hurt. You don't choose to feel hurt by that. You don't. It's not a choice. You don't want to feel it. But the thing is, at the end of the day, we're all human, and people just seem to fucking forget that. And yes, I'm not saying we should be all politically correct all the time. Politically correct all the time, but sometimes you should take heed. Like, you should be a little bit less of an arsehole. Because I'm sorry, but you're being really selfish by pushing your shit on other people, and you're not really like. So when people say things like, oh, they don't give a shit about us, they don't give a shit, they don't care, you do. Maybe you don't care. You know, I don't know you, or maybe you're just full of shit and you're just saying you don't care. Like, you know, a lot of hypocrites do. But see it. Don't be an arsehole to someone because they care. Don't be an arsehole to someone who does care, who does have emotions, who shows they're human. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing fucking wrong with that. What's wrong is there's too many insensitive pricks around these days who take the piss out of those who are sensitive. And, you know, it's not very fair. It's, you know, it's just complete fucking arseholery. You don't do it, right? Sheesh. Like, seriously, look at yourself in the fucking mirror if you don't crack it with your hideous personality. If you think it's okay to be a dick to everyone, well, it's not. You know, you can't, I'm sorry, but in life, you know, you can't just be an arsehole to everyone. And if you're going to be an arsehole to everyone, don't talk to anyone. If you haven't got anything nice to say, don't fucking say it at all. Now, I'm not saying, and don't start complaining how I'm taking your freedom of speech away. I'm not. Everyone has a freedom of speech, but you don't have freedom to be an arsehole to everyone. There's a difference. Try to figure out that difference. Try to educate yourself, yeah? So just because I'm sensitive, it doesn't mean I can't take a joke. It doesn't mean I don't have a sense of humour. Just because you made a shit joke. Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe you have the crappy sense of humour, and that's why you made such a sucky joke. And why no one found it funny. Ha. Seriously. I actually find a lot of things funny, you know? I do. I can take jokes. For fuck's sake. I'm sorry, look. Sensitive does not mean humourless. I'm sorry, but it doesn't. And actually, everyone has a different sense of humour. There are different kinds of humour. Some people have a sort of dry, witty, sarcastic. Some people have sort of childlike, crazy kind of humour. Some people have like a dark and sort of more morbid sense of humour. There are different kinds. I mean, I say that I have a little bit of all because sometimes it changes. It depends on my mood, really. And because my mood's always changing, my emotions are all over the place all the time. That can change. But you know what? It's never a dull day with me. But yeah, don't think that like, oh, you're not the king of jokes or some shit, and you know, like, and don't start thinking that because we can't take your joke, it's us who has a bad sense of humour. It might just be that your joke was really shit. I'm sorry to break to you. I'm sorry if it broke your heart by saying that. But maybe your joke is crap. Yes, that can happen. It might just not be very funny. And also, it's the internet, you know, if you type things out, people aren't always going to not misinterpret it, you know. People do misinterpret things sometimes. I take things the wrong way a lot, like, every day. It's easy to. I mean, I try to read it a few times just to make sure, because there are times where I've reacted too quickly without reading the whole thing, and that's why I do that now, why I take the time to read it all, just analyse it, make sure. But yes, it can be very difficult from first glance, and especially if there's like, because you can't really read someone's emotions, not always. Like on here, it's easy to see them, it's easier to get their emotions, but if you're just seeing it on text, it's not the same. It's not. And you know, and you have to remember, it's a person behind the screen, not a PC, but a person. Not a computer, you know, not a machine, a person. Try and figure it out. I get enough shit for writing rant journals on DeviantArt Or on my face writing little rants, and people saying, oh no, people actually are really fucking insensitive, acting like, oh, my drama and stuff. If you don't like my drama, fuck off. Just do one. Seriously, just go fuck yourself. Just go away. Why are you here? Why are you complaining? You're having a go at me for complaining, but it seems like you're the fucking hypocrite here because you're having a go at me for complaining. So what the fuck are you doing? So I'm going to do the full face palm because I would. So I've got tiny little hands though. You know, I'd have to use both and just go. That was a quick mood swing. That's just not. What pisses me off is when people think if you cry or if you even have the hint of being a human or having any emotions whatsoever, there's some dickhead who's like, oh, you know, grow up, you know, or no one cares, or something along those lines. No one cares about your insensitivity. If you want to know something, you're only doing that because obviously no one showed any care to you. So you have to feel the need to take it out on other people. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I've had a pretty good childhood. Like, for example, family-wise, I have a good mother. You know, the rest of my family, fine. I have to admit, I didn't have the smoothest school years. I mean, because the school years are the worst years. A lot of people say. I mean, even in that adult, it doesn't get any easier. But in school years and that, in primary school and stuff like that, you know, I didn't really. I mean, I had friends, but they weren't really friends. It was on and off. Like, you know, they weren't really my friends because the moment like I did something they didn't like, or you know, the moment I stopped being like giving and shit, and like I was someone who just gave things away all the time. I was one of those kinds of people, and okay, it was kind of my fault I was being used, but also not my fault. It was also their fault for being twats and arseholes. They have just as much fault in it as I do. And yeah, that really pisses me off. It makes me bitter. It makes me feel very bitter. The point is, you know, I've always been sensitive. I've always been sensitive. And yes, and it's not actually my fault. And to be honest with you, people who are sensitive, it generally isn't their fault. It's just the way they are. Some people might have thicker skin, maybe, but not everyone does. And you have to accept that. You have to just fucking register it through your thick skull. Because, I'm sorry, but that's how it is. And you know, that's life for you, okay? That's also life. You can say, oh, life is tough. You know, oh, it's tough, that's life. But you know what? You know what? Sensitive people are also humans as well. They are also living amongst you, you know, with your insensitive crap. So, I'm sorry, but you need to get that through your thick head, okay? Mm-hmm. And yes, I'm ranting at the people who think it's okay to talk shit to people who are sensitive, and I think they're in the right when they're not. They're just full of fucking shit, and to be honest with you. Also, people who tell people to kill themselves. I'm sorry, but that draws a line. That really draws a line. You can't say that to someone, for fuck's sake. And you think, yeah, just because you have a freedom of speech, it doesn't mean you have to be a dickhead about it. It doesn't mean you have to be a massive fucking dickhead. Fucking unicorn. That's right, because to be honest, a dickhead to me, I just imagine someone with a unicorn horn on their head or some shit like that. No, that's just me having a laugh. Yeah, you need to take a good hard look at yourself and realise what you're saying to people. I mean, okay, I admit I've said a lot of insensitive shit too, and you know, I feel bad about it, I do. And you know why I feel bad about it? Because I'm fucking human. Because I have a conscience. As I actually do feel really bad about it, and I wish I could, like, erase what I've said. I can't change that now. But yes, I know we've all been there, we've all said insensitive shit. But you know something, I'm not insensitive. I'm actually very sensitive. To the point, you know, if someone, like, even just the slightest thing, like, it can just be anything, it can be the smallest thing, and it will hurt me, probably. And there isn't anything I can do about it. And I'm not trying to use my mental health problems as an excuse. I'm not trying to use any of my mental health problems, any 3 of my mental health problems which I have. I'm not trying to use them as an excuse. I'm not trying to use them as an excuse for if I behave badly, if I start acting out. Look, I do take responsibility for when I do act like a bitch. I do take responsibility for it. I do. Okay, and I apologise for it too. If I feel like I have to anyway. Unless of course it was necessary and, you know, they're an arsehole first. Then I have every right to be a bitch to them, to be fair. Sorry, but, you know, if you can't take it, don't dish it out. that's advice for you. Also, just to be mindful, for fuck's sake. Just stop being a douchebag. Like, I know maybe you were just born an arsehole, I don't know. God, chill the fuck out. And stop, stop telling other people. Also, when someone tells you to calm down when you're angry and you're clearly upset with something, and no one listens, no one understands, nobody wants to listen, and then you're like, and then when they say things like, "Oh, why are you pushing us away?" And this, I'm saying about people who I've fought on, my friends and stuff like that as well. If you say that I'm pushing away and that I'm like, why am I being so distant with them? Why am I not talking to them anymore? Because they don't want me to talk to them. I can't talk to them about anything. I can't talk to them about my problems or anything like that. And it's funny how I let them talk, how I was there for them, how I let them, they could talk about their problems with me. And I admit sometimes I've said things like, "Oh, I don't want to hear your problems." I haven't just said that, and I feel really bad now. Like when I think about it, it's true. I feel like a lot of the times, because I'm so emotionally exhausted and exhausting too, because I probably exhaust other people, who knows, and I feel bad about that too, but I can't always handle other people's problems. There are times where I need a break from your problems too, so don't think it's just you that needs a break from it, so do I, so. And to be honest, we're all human, we all have fucking limits, we all have a breaking point, and to be fair, yeah, it's not really anyone's fault. I mean, okay, it's fault, especially if you start blaming other people as well. That kind of that's not good. You don't want to do that. Oh my god, why am I worrying about the hair? Hair problems. No, seriously though, just try and be nicer to people, or don't say anything. I admit, I know it's difficult sometimes, and sometimes it's difficult to restrain yourself, but it's not impossible. So yeah, I mean, okay, you can't stop what you blurt out. Sometimes, yes, we all blurt things out, we all make mistakes, and we all say some really ignorant, stupid shit. I mean, we all do it, but as long as you try to be careful, so at least that's something, and more than what I can say about anyone else. So yeah, I've gotten off track now. I just really need to get that out. It's just a rant. I'm doing a lot of ranting. Suppose I rant all the time. It's just usually I do it to myself, and then I end up driving myself crazy. So yeah. And if I do it on my DeviantArt journal, I'm gonna get someone saying, "Oh, just ignore them. Just just calm down." No, I won't calm down until you stop being a dickhead. Okay. And I'm just saying this to all the people out who are assholes, and if they are watching this. Now, there's people out there who aren't, so I don't know. But I'm just basically, this is just about people who say insensitive shit all the time, and they just, and also, I don't care if you're aware of it or not, just stop. Sheesh. If you can't stop, don't do. Like, if you can't just, say anything nice, just don't say anything at all. And also, when you come to my videos and you say things like, "I suck," and stuff like that, why are you still here? And to be honest with you, aren't you just giving me more views? Like, technically, you're doing me a favour, so, yeah, I hate to break it to you. I'm gonna go now. Oh, this has dragged on too long. Bye.